Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from Australia here, wherever you are in this world. Um, I have not done a video in some time. And, you know, I've been in this industry 10 years, and the tools that I have and the strategies that I have now are so easy for anyone to make money with. Okay. So I'm going to show you just how good this is and the tools that I'm using. Okay. So I'm going to be as quick as I can. I know people are busy. Um, let's get on with it. So in here, share the screen. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to turn my head off because I keep on looking at it. Funny. All right. It's like I'm talking to myself, like I'm a crazy woman. All right. So what I do is I go through the day. So you can be in any session, the Sydney, Asia, London, New York, 3 to the power hour, right? Okay. So depending on where you live, you can take this and make money with it. Okay. So I'm going to start from the first session because I'm in Australia here. So I'm going to start with Sydney. All right. Call it Sydney Money Zone. Okay. And here is the day, right? Okay. So this is yesterday here. Now it's coming into a new one here. Okay. So I'm waiting and there's no trade at the moment. Okay. This was profitable yesterday. I'm just going to show you. This was profitable yesterday, here, there. That was it here. Yesterday and the day before. I'm just showing you that was a winning trade. This is you would have got out um, with what I have with these tools. Okay. You could have taken profit or got out at break even. Right. So I have my confirmations, how to stay in a trade, exit trades. That was a winning trade. So this is just this week on one instrument. Okay, so this works on anything. Okay, so in here, that was a winning trade. That was a winning trade. That was a winning trade. So these are, I've gone over 7 days. This was a winning trade. Right. So now what I do, like for example, right now, okay, is I have this here and I have my confirmations, right? This is a tool and it's not like an overbought or oscillator like that. This is an incredible tool. I use this for my 5 second and 15 second scalping as well. So what I do is I have my money zones, what I call them, and then from the money zones, right? So from here, okay, then I'll go through the day and then I'll see what the market does and I'll take the zones and then I can scalp off them as well. But even if you came in here, boom, boom. So now I've got onto the Asia, right? I look at my tool. This is telling me to sell, right? Law lines up for the sell. I then go to my 1 minute, right? This here, okay, I don't trade then. So there was a winning trade, right? If I go back, there was a winning trade, there was a winning trade, right? There was a winning trade, that was a winning trade, and that was a winning trade. Okay. There was a zone here. This is telling me to sell, so I'm only selling here, and that was a winning trade. And what I do is in these, right? Okay, so for example, this is the Asian session, right? Now, okay, and I'll give you an example. Okay, here's my zone. So I'm in Australia here. I trade the Asian session. Okay, I'm here, and then I go to my 1 minute time frame, right? And then, like, I hang on, just hold on. Whoa, where am I here? Okay, just hold on. Okay, what I do is I have, right, more advanced, and then this is a simple simple entry method. Okay, so with this, and I want you to take note here, we have a downtrend, right? Price is below the moving averages. Notice over here, price is above the moving averages. I'm going to line up the spikes. Spike. There's a spike. And when you see this, you will go, oh my goodness. And as I said, I've been in this industry 10 years and I've never come across tools like this ever. So my friend, he's been a trader over 20 years and he said, you got to try these indicators. And of course, I didn't believe him, right? Because, you know, I've bought so many different tools and software and I was like, oh, that's not one here. There's one here, sorry. There's a spike here. Just take note of these spikes. Now we're coming in. There's a spike here. All right. There's a spike. A spike. Okay. This is just one session where I was come out from, and then I can do my 1 to 1 or 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. Right? This one here is 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, right? Depending on what I see on these candles, and I follow this. Then when I look for my pullbacks to enter again, I wait for these spikes, right? So in a downtrend, right, I wait for spikes. I set an alert, right? And I look for them all above, right? Notice, okay, and you'll see it in a minute. When price is going up, right, I look for my spikes down below in this area. All right. Okay, there's another spike here. Okay, just bear with me here. Right. So this here, hang on, I just need to move that here. Right. So I put my alerts in here and I'm making money in my trend, right? So I made money here. Again, a pullback. This is a scalp in here. Right? I'm just doing a very beginner, very basic, right? Right. Okay. I do more advanced stuff as well, but this is very easy for a beginner, right? You get in, you make your money, then you wait for a pullback, right? There's a pullback again. This is a 5-minute spike. And then there's another 5-minute. Notice what happens. Let me just get rid of these here. Notice that the market is trending down. So you make money here. You make money here. Right? You stay in with this staying red. Right? Then I have my spike again. I stay in. It's down here. This is not an oversold. Right? This is telling me there's a strong lot of sellers. Right? So I'm in here. I make more money. And I get in again. I make more money. Right? Here. Right? And then I have a spike, which on the 3-minute for scalping, right? And then I go to this one here. Again, there's a spike, right? Now I wait. If I come in here, this area here, let me zoom in, right? Notice here, here's my spike. This is green. I don't get in. There's my next spike, right? Now it starts going red. But it's very, very iffy. And this here is telling me, be careful, right? This is a small line. So I skip this. Now I go to the next one. This is telling me there's a spike. This is telling me there is more buyers. Then everything lines up. Again, I can take this trade. Now we have a trend direction here, right? It's going green, right? So here's my spike, but it's telling me not to get in. Right? This whole thing down here is telling me don't get in. Right? Green, 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 right? Green, green. It's telling me, be careful and look down here. This is saying there's too many buyers. Stay out, stay out. And then here is where I can get in, right? These tools I've never seen in my life, right? They're not expensive either. And I'm telling you, and then in these runs, right, I also have my scalping methods, which is more advanced. I don't want to confuse people, right? But I have two charts up, and then I have my 3 minute and my 15 second and 5 seconds. And in these areas, right, let's just take a run. May as well just go into it. Right, let's take this last run. Okay, so this was the power hour, right? There, this is, I caught this, boom, boom, boom. I stayed in the trade. This is all red. Now, in this run here, this run, right, we can capitalize on all of this, not just holding a position, right? Now, stay with me here. We see this is selling, okay? We see that there is a trend line here, right? Now it's curling over. Now I'm going to go onto my chart here, okay? And I'm going to put on this one here, and I'm going to change this one to the 3 minute. Okay, and I'm going to change this to the 5 second. Now, oops, no, not that one. This one. Hang on, just hold on. I'm going to change this to the 5 second. Now watch this. Okay, this here is this area here. All right, I'm in the trade. I'm making money. Everything lines up. See, this is telling me stay in the trade, stay in the trade. This tells me watch out. This tells me when it starts getting, there's divergence here as well, right? Break of a trend, right? But this run here and this run here, let me show you, right? So we're going to get this time here. Just have to go back. It's just a little, okay, right? So let's go. And once you see, right, this here is this here. Now, what do we see happening in here, right? This here, you just see candles, right? I want to capitalize on this whole move. This whole move. Look at the spikes. 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 Okay. Take note. Okay. We're on the 5 second here. Okay. There's a spike. 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 Right. And it starts getting lower. But there is a spike, but I'm not taking that one because we are starting to curl around. Okay. It's gone down. Now, I'm looking at this and I can be adding positions in here, in this run as well, right? I can also do my break of structures in here, and I have my confirmations, right? Right there, and here, and here. And then I also, you see here, before this move falls down, right? You're looking here. I see a pattern in here. Let me just put this on, right? Just, right. I know this is more advanced, but Once you know these tools, oh my goodness. Okay, we see lower lows, lower highs, right? We also see in here, right? We see a quasi with a bearish pattern followed by a downtrend, followed by a pattern in here, which is a bearish pattern. Then we have a bearish pattern here, which is telling me I can get in a position again. Right? So I'm holding this. I can add positions. I can then put more contracts in, or I can put in more lot sizes. Right? This here is telling me as well that I can get in. This is all staying red. This is red, red, red. These spikes are the pullbacks. Right? So I'm not just having one move. I can use the breaker structure, the pullbacks, breaker structure, right? And then I'm looking at this. This is red, right? Okay, this is red, red, red. Now, let me just get rid of this. Okay. I put on the 5 minute, right? I see that the market, and of course, I'm looking to the left, looking at zones, supply and demand, and all that kind of stuff. Now, let me go on, right? These are all these entries, right? Now, I'm going to put on my reversal. Now I'm going to wait, and I have my alert set, and my alerts get triggered on this here, right? Where am I? But this is still red, right? This is still red, red, red. I just need to get rid of all these lines. There's so many. Okay. 5 minute. Okay. This here is all, where was it anyway? It was over this side. Um, just hold on. Just hold on. Okay. I think I was on this one here. All right. Okay. I'm just talking about this morning. This morning. This morning. This was here. Okay. Let's take this here. I don't know where I was before. Anyway. But here you can see from where you can be on this trend. Right? This whole thing. It is incredible. I'm going to do more videos as well. I just want to do a quick one before I go. So in here, right, I go to my 5 minute, I draw my trend line. Now this is very easy, right? Trend line down, right? Then I go to my reversal. It taps in, gives me an alert. I look here, it is red. I go to my smaller time frame. I look for my entry. I also get this here. This is now telling me, right? This area here, I can now look for buys, and then I can enter the trade, and I can stay in this trade all the way up. This is warning me. It's red, right? This is starting to slope down as well if I was still thinking it was going to go up. But here, I can catch this whole move. And in this here, I can go to my 5 second, right? My 5 second, and I can catch the scalps on the way up. Do you see what I'm showing you here? Look, look. Right? In here. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's not very. Right. Look at this. Now, this tool is used many other ways as well, but this is how I use it. And the 5 minute spikes is and you can put it on anything. Like I trade on for like Forex and futures. Okay. I've got over 20 PAs with futures with different props. And I do my Forex as well, right? And if you can envisage these spikes, right? Just have a look. Spike. We're in an uptrend. This is telling us we're in an uptrend, right? You're in here, comes down. We can get in. We can get in. Multiple positions. We have break of structure, right? Okay, you see this? These are all added positions. Even in here, look at the spike. Check out the spike. Here, enter. Here, enter, right? You would wait until it goes green, right? But there's a spike. Enter. Trend line break, enter. And you can milk this whole run up, right? Imagine you put in a standard lot or 0.01 or whatever your account size is, or how many contracts. As it's going up, adding, break a structure, adding. This is telling you we've got a spike, get in. We're staying above, right? Brilliant tool. And, this here, I'll go on to this, right? And I'll show you. Profitable, okay? So all day, all night, right? Profit, okay? Profit, right? Okay? And again, enter profit. It's really tiny here, but you can see, right? And then I scalp these. Then I go to the 15-minute, the next one, right? And I do it again. I get another entry. Then I go to the next one, right? Profit. This is very simple. You just get in with the confirmations. Profit, right? Now we go again. Call it the London money zones. Profit. This is like the last couple of days. Okay. Next one. I think I did this one. Yes. Okay. Then we go to New York. There we go. Profit. Okay. And it was a bit delayed there. Right. There was, look to the left. Wouldn't have got into that one because of that. Okay. But see this? Profit. I'm telling you, and they're so simple. But I take these zones and then I get in and then I scalp it. Right? See the spikes. Even on this uptrend here, the spike, right? You're waiting, boom. See the spikes? Enter. There's another spike, enter. Look, just yesterday, we're on the spike. Right? Spike. There's a spike. Right? There's another spike. Right? We are in an uptrend. We get in, we make money, we get in. Right? This is telling, what is this saying? It's still selling. Don't get in. Spike, get in. Right? Brilliant. Spike. Notice the spikes. Spike. Oh, okay. You need this tool, right? And I'm sharing this because I know what trading's like. I know exactly what it's like. And this is just on gold. So I've, micros on GC. If you do futures, same. Yes. Boom. What am I doing here? I'm going to my 5-minute, right? I'm going to my 3-minute and my scalping. And I can milk this whole run. Uh-huh. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm telling you now. Oh, these tools, incredible. All right. Have a good rest of the day. And yes, it is very good. I'm loving it. Like literally, you get on a trend. I have my zones. I call them money zones, right? Okay. I have certain time frames, 5 minute, 15 minute, all all sessions. And then from those zones, I make money, right? More advanced and also beginner friendly. So if you want, I don't charge. All I want is for you to use my broker because the broker that I use has with same day withdrawals, no commissions on gold, indices, and crypto. And they have super tight spreads on those. And they're the ones that make you a lot of money. Now you can do it also on currency pairs, you know, but it's about the pips, loads of pips and points in those indices and gold. And the broker I had before was, I'd get eaten by the commissions. So I found a broker that is very good and pays straight away on the day. And it's available for any country. All right, I'm going. Have a great rest of the day, night, wherever you are. All right.